And so here's Cleveland, 16-point lead. Here's Irving, shot clock at 6. In the corner, it's James. Goes up on the wing. No good. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. Covered by Irving. Crawford outside. To the left wing. Shoots from 12. And he hits the jumper for 2. 6 points for him. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Irving kicks to LeBron. Love with the screen for LeBron. Baseline J on the way. Misses off the right iron.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Back to West. Crawford left side. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Love's got 5 rebounds tonight.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
And slam dunk by Noel.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
I would call it an irate finish even.
So it's the Pacers now, following the score by Cleveland. It's Crawford with the drive. Kicks it to George. Back to Crawford. And it's off from three-point range. James with it, and Crawford picks him up defensively. The dish now to Irving. DeRozan passes to Irving. James kicks to Love. And there's the pass to DeRozan. The rebound by Paul George. George has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And they've been off target now on 3 of the first 4 shots they've taken in this second half.
And he banks in the layup. George has got 18 points.
Man, a pleasure to watch him work at that end of the floor.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And Kevin, when you don't take advantage of your trips to the free throw line, which they definitely did not, it's tough to recover from.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, they left a lot of cheese and lettuce at that foul line, partner.
Not to mention some ham and turkey, Clark.
Got him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage. And it's now 22 points for Kyrie Irving. Pacers trail by 16. Outside, George. Watch with the screen on James. George. The Cavaliers pull it in. They went to Indiana for their last meeting with the Pacers and came out with a win.
That was one of those games where everybody has fun because they blew them out. The bench played. Everybody got in on the act.
That's his first personal foul.
The Cavaliers shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. Free throw good, James.
Checking out the game LeBron is having. He's got 11 points and 4 assists.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. And George, here we go. Clock at 6. George missing again.
Such a solid performance for them inside. Their rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
Irving from long range. Another 3 for Cleveland.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
The Pacers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the 3rd. That leaves room for improvement, sir. Pass to Blotch. To stop the run. The shot misses. Cavaliers go the other way with it. And a wide open look for James. And that one hits back iron.
Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
DeRozan defending. Pass to George. Cavaliers with the rebound. DeRozan's got his 4th rebound in this one. Now here's LeBron. Not a lot of room. The kick out to Irving. DeRozan on the wing. The fader. Here's Noel. Can't get it to go. So Indiana will take it the other way. Watch with the screen on LeBron. The shot by George, wide open. He squares up and sinks it. George has got 20. Cleveland leading by 20. Irving dishes to DeRozan. Now here's James. 11 points in the game. Now Love inside. The timely screen gave him a step and he took it all the way. Love's got 11.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
Yeah, he's seen enough of this interior scoring that his defense is giving up. So the message during this timeout is time to lock things up inside.
You know, sometimes a group can just get spaced out on defense. They're not connected and playing 5 as 1. And usually a timeout can help you refocus and recalibrate that defense.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Ennis, he's checked in for Love. Young comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Garcia in for Irving. Shoots off the screen. Jump shot is good that time. He's got 8.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
And Young kicks to Ennis. Garcia goes in. The kick out to Young. Crawford with the steal. Uncovered. Again, Indiana. James with it. Right now averaging 31 points a game. Ennis sets the screen for LeBron. And again, it's Cleveland.
Might as well just take it into his own hands and make that big lead even bigger.
Pacers trail by 20. And Mahinmi now top the key. Well, there have been a few small forwards helping their teams in all sorts of ways lately. Like this group leading the position in rebounding the last 10 games. The 4th spot held by Paul George.
And maybe they're not the biggest or strongest players in the front court, but that hasn't limited their ability to get in there, mix it up, and come up with a lot of rebounds night in and night out.
Yeah, you mentioned their lack of size and strength compared to the post players around the NBA, but I've always found that the best rebounders usually aren't the biggest guy. They're the most tenacious, and they have excellent timing and the ability to get off their feet multiple times quicker than their opponent.
James with the bucket.
Well, this is what he does. He's shooting it well. He's scoring a lot of their points, getting them in front.
Now Hill. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. George passes to Bloch. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Good job there, Kevin, getting himself a little space on the inside.
Cleveland leading by 19. And Garcia kicks to Ennis. Kicks it out to Garcia. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. Indiana's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Back to George. In the corner, it's Crawford. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Floats one. James with the block. Right side Garcia. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Kevin, here we can get a good look at Indiana and what kind of numbers they've put up these last 10 games. 3rd in opponent points per game, 4th in opponent field goal percentage. And they're in the top 10 in rebound. This is a team that does a good job getting on the glass.
Yeah, Clark, of all the things you just mentioned, to me, I love the opponent's points per game because that's an indication of how hard a team is playing and how smart. And I think this team has shown great balance this season.
Now here is Hill. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
Here's Ennis. Drops it in from 11 feet.
2 points.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
Well, he may just be trying to get a break in the action to clear their heads. A lot of their shots are rimming out. You wonder if their confidence isn't suffering at this point.
I think that's a good time to call a timeout. If a team has a few fall the wrong way for them, just burn a timeout and let them forget about it. Regroup, talk about it, and refocus.
Irving's checked in for Garcia. Now, here's Blotch, averaging 8 points a game. And the foul called on the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's Crawford on the wing. Shot from 12, and the jumper is on the mark. Crawford's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, he's got a quick trigger from that range when he senses that the defense has backed off.
Young outside. Clock at 6, and the shot is good. Young's got his first 2 points of the night.
That kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
The Pacers have gone 7 for 16 the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Dishes it to Crawford. Fires for 3. Crawford missing again.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point.
Now, here is Young. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Young's got 5 now.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Hill dishes to Crawford. The feed to Blotch. Back to Crawford. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
And now a look at George Hill, some of the numbers for him. How this year is going for him. He's putting up 13 points a game, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. Backup point guard, always a very important position, and he fills that role nicely for them.
He does a really good job of it. You know, it's a lot harder than he makes it look when you're not starting to get into the flow of the game, but that's part of what makes him special.
The Pacers making a switch here. Hibbert's checked in, and the foul goes on Roy Hibbert. That's foul number 2 for him. And here's Cleveland. They're on a 13-5 run. Irving passes to Young. There's the pick. There's the triple. Hibbert pulls it in.
Yeah, no excuses there. Got a really good look at the basket after being freed up by the pick.
We say it all the time. The execution was excellent. The result not as good, but good ball movement anyway.
And yes, sir, that one drops. Mahimi's got 5 points so far.
And he was one step ahead of the defense when he fired that pass for the assist.
Passes it to Ennis. On the wing, Irving. Right side, Irving. Shoots from 8, and that one's good. Irving's got 8 here in the quarter.
Oh, he's clearly feeling it, Clark, coming off that fantastic game last time out.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Hibbert with a screen for George. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
The Pacers have gone 9 of 13 from the line.
And over the course of the season, guys, they've shot a very respectable 78% from the line.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Young against Crawford. It's deflected. Stolen by George. It could go. No good on that last second attempt there. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Cavaliers on top, running away with it. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway.